like a superhuman. Music booming, get a beat then abusing, bruising, losers fuming. Got a mad dudes improving, but the truth is you've been falling off, and that's not my problem. I just play the hand that I was dealt. Hating on me won't get you commas. You should probably focus on yourself if you wanna get paid. Better get on the move and the rest lame. Man, I've been broke too till I made them tunes, and I got that loop in the pen game.
The first two sins in a row are both pointing things out on the screen. Also, he called the hyperspace travel a cliché, which further demonstrates that he doesn't know what the word cliché means.
Making me check my language settings while cursing the franchise for so few of these interesting training scenes.
Discount Jeremy sins something he likes cliché.
Enough to get by?
Barely.
Hey, listen here, Discount Davros. Not every droid in this series needs to be in competition for the title of Sassy One.
Discount Jeremy sins Master Huang. That's worth this many sins.
How about Zatoichi?
For a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there are certainly a lot of references to a Japanese culture that hasn't even existed yet.
Yes, because the show was made on Earth and certain fighting styles are inspired by real-world fighting styles. Counting this as a sin is completely arbitrary. I mean, you're not sinning these characters for speaking English, which is a language from our real world, and you also sinned the show just a second ago for having a fictional language, so you're also contradicting yourself. What the hell, man?
Skill with a weapon comes from your Mandalorian upbringing. Those skills alone will not be enough to defeat our enemy.
Din Djarin has entered the chat and would appreciate it if you kept the name of his people out of your f***ing mouth. Also, citing this need for the Force is the most Star Wars thing to ever Star Wars. And we already have enough Force users. Just let her wield lightsabers, chew bubblegum, and kick ass.
Did you not hear her say that Sabine won't be able to defeat the mercenaries without the Force? Very few non-Force sensitives have ever been able to go toe-to-toe with a Force sensitive and live. Also, complaining about the Force, that's worth this many sins.
Do you know where I am?
Next to Hu Yang.
Are you sure?
Ah, yes, that famous power we so rarely see. The Force move to wherever the f she needs to while the camera isn't on her. I can't wait to see Sabine master that one.
Sabine will more than likely never master that power, seeing as her aptitude for the Force is very minimal. Ahsoka has a much higher aptitude for the Force, which is why she is able to do it. I have no idea why you think any of this is a sin.
We have former Imperials working throughout every level of the New Republic government, and they've all taken an oath of loyalty.
Senator Rodrigo is either an Imperial loyalist as well or has never heard of the concept of lying. Neither should disqualify her from being a senator.
She's banking on honor and integrity. I mean, sure, not all former Imperials will remain loyal simply because they took an oath, but this is a mistake of the character within the episode, not a mistake of the episode itself.
Isn't this just another attempt to gain New Republic resources to aid in what has ultimately been your personal quest to find Ezra Bridger?
We haven't seen Hera be obsessed with searching for Ezra in this series, but none of these other politic heads questions Ziono's assertion. So he may have a point, but we have no evidence in either direction.
This is a straight-up lie. In one of the previous episodes, Ahsoka was able to convince Hera directly because she mentioned possibly finding Ezra. That's exactly why Hera is doing this in the first place. Pay attention.
I was hoping that the urgency of our situation could expedite my training a bit.
What does that even mean? And why does Sabine think that that's something that could even happen? You spend 5 minutes on any group project with a Jedi, and you catch on pretty quickly that this is going to be a long, drawn-out process with no distinct beginning or end. They're not even sure what the goal is half the time. How do you expect them to expedite it?
Because Sabine isn't all that familiar with the Jedi, and the only one she is somewhat familiar with is very unconventional. Besides, you heard her reason for believing expedition of the process could be possible, because their situation is extremely urgent.
Jedi Order would not have accepted her. She is not an acceptable candidate.
By their standards.
Standards which were proven over a millennia.
And failed.
And failed doesn't quite capture being overthrown by the most obviously evil dude hiding in plain sight and a whiny kid with daddy issues.
Okay, but she's not wrong. What the hell is this sin?
Suppose you do come from a long line of non-traditional Jedi.
And if you don't get what that means, stop the show here and go watch 170 hours of previous Star Wars content to catch up. Don't worry, we'll wait.
This is yet another one of these stupid sins where he complains about a connected universe being a connected universe. If you don't want to watch all the content, that's fine. But you also don't have the right to complain about not understanding things if you don't watch the context. The tools to help you understand these things are available to you. Nobody is preventing you from using them.
We've entered the Denau system. All comm transmissions are being jammed.
All the comm transmissions for the entire system while in a hyperspace lane? Is it possible? Maybe. Is it convenient radio f***ery? Definitely.
Can you explain how it's supposedly convenient? I mean, you admitted that it's possible, and the show is literally telling you right now that it is possible, and this is a universe with incredibly advanced technology, so this entire sin is complete bullshit.
We drop out of hyperspace so far from the planet.
Well, production's cooked up a cool space battle to spice up this procedural walkthrough of a plot.
Standard Jedi mission protocol when approaching an unknown situation.
You say Maloo run, I say Maloo run.
So you play the in-universe reason for this action and then still sin it? That's dumb.
This is so much like a World War II air battle that it doesn't feel like space at all. Is there air? We don't know.
What? Okay, maybe this sin was meant to be a joke or something, but it's just unbelievably stupid and not funny whatsoever, so I'm just gonna sin it and move on.
Or unlucky for Sabine, all the fighters seem dead set on flying directly at the tail gunner position. Feast or famine, am I right?
Yes, the enemy ships are attacking from behind. I wonder why that could be. Maybe, just maybe, it's because the engines are in the back of the ship and taking out the engines would bring the ship down?
And given the fact that these fighters hit absolutely nothing, I guess they're former stormtroopers?
Discount Jeremy still thinks it's easy to hit a flying target while you are also flying.
And murder is fun? Hey, Scene, why are you being this way?
Jesus Christ, yes, she's elated because she destroyed one of the enemy ships. In self-defense. You know, because they were trying to murder Ahsoka and crew? Did you expect them to just roll over and show their bellies to the enemy?
I am starting to receive data.
Title of my Trex tape?
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture ref.
How interesting. I would never have guessed that.
Oh, pray tell, I'm on the edge of my seat and will remain so until I get all the hot goss. I'm sure the show wouldn't make me wait another 8 minutes for the hot goss.
Oh no, 8 minutes? That's so long. Wait, only 8 minutes? Is Discount Jeremy Gen Z?
Reflectors at 10%.
Using math to tell me the situation is dire.
Pointing things out on the screen.
This ship is damaged and not moving. They don't need to keep flying by so fast like that. Pump the brakes and line up your shot.
Yeah, I agree with this. It would have been much more effective to just slow down their fighters and focus all their firepower on the stranded ship.
What about the Eagles? I want to know why they didn't fly the Purgle to Mordor.
Discount Jeremy makes a pop culture.
Got an opening.
We all do. Everybody poops.
So the guy who complains when TV shows make poop jokes is now making an extremely cringy poop joke. Shove these 10 sins up your opening.
They must be hiding in the forest. Let's regroup.
Episode takes the idea of scanning for life forms or heat signatures out of its pocket and looks at it fondly for a second and then throws it out of the car onto the highway.
Notice how they said they were hiding in the forest? Guess what forests have a lot of? You guessed it, wildlife. In other words, scanning for life forms would probably be the least efficient strategy possible in this context.
I have taken refuge in the forest. Hunt them down.
I'm going to keep staring at this hinge, because rocks, man.
My first thought when I saw this scene was also, why isn't he hunting them down himself? But then I actually thought about it for a few seconds and realized that he's staying to protect the map, which is crucial to their plan.
Well, I played 18, shot 18. This can't seem to miss.